Right.
But you edit, remember when you edited it, you were like, you liked it? Some of our photographers are letting us get that. Are they really? Oh, yeah. Water. How much water is it?
Is it really? Is there water level indicated? I have no idea.
Hello.
It's bright enough to where you can see it.
I see Grady and see all your visuals. Is it still, we're about 20 feet from us. I just want to take this ready for this actual area. Do you want to take it live? Do this picture? Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and see you. Yes. Okay, they're just made their way up here.
Hello, sorry for the delay. We're going to bring everyone up to speed on the latest of what's going on here at the Indian Lake Estates. I'll just give you some information and then I'll pass it on to some of the leadership folks that we have behind us. But we have 8 people currently in the shelters, and we really want to encourage folks to go to the shelters. This scene will be closed off. Indian Lake Estates will have that mandatory evacuation overnight. We will reassess the situation tomorrow. As you know, as the day heats up, the fire will probably regenerate and get larger, and we have to make sure we have enough daylight to look around the area and figure out if it's safe for people to go home. So overnight, Indian Lake Estates will have an evacuation order. There is a Red Cross shelter open over at the First Presbyterian Church over in Lake Wales, and so that's where we're encouraging folks to go if they have no other place to stay. I'll turn it over to the county manager, Mr. Freeman, at this time.
Our crews, along with our municipal partners, Polk County Fire Rescue, Sheriff's Office, other law enforcement, working together. We've made progress on the fire, but it's still active. We will reassess tomorrow at noon as to the evacuation order based on conditions then, and we'll continue to fight the fire overnight. We expect to have red flag warning tomorrow, low humidity, and conditions that would be conducive to additional fires. So we will monitor it again tomorrow to see what actions would be appropriate at that time.
We have a lot of resources out here from various fire departments, as Mr. Freeman said. We're investigating suspicious fires, and we need the public's help. That anybody that saw anything, anybody that know anything, anybody that know the suspect or persons involved, we need them to call 1-800-342-5869. Again, 1-800-342-5869. And the caller may remain anonymous, and there is an award, a reward up to $5,000. Again, we need the public help to find out who is responsible for these fires. Thank you.
Can you say this is arson now?
We're investigating, and obviously it's suspicious, and if anybody has any information, we need them to come forward.
Suspicious. Good evening, Kavika Bailey, Florida Forest Service. The fire is about 600 acres in size, started on the east side of Indian Lake Estates and with eastern wind spread to the northwest. We have 13 tractors on scene currently, 7 of our brush trucks, and we have some supervisors on scene. We had a helicopter earlier. Helicopters released earlier in the day. We have made good progress. The head of the fire has been knocked down. We have half of our tractors working that head, making sure it doesn't escape. We're making excellent progress with the nighttime dispersion dropping, and the RH is rising, and the winds also decreasing. We're going to make some good progress tonight. South side of the fire, also good lines. The rear of the fire, we also have good lines there. Our area of concern right there is right now is the north, and we have half of our tractors working on the north side of the fire.
Can you say how contained it is? How much containment at this point?
At this time, we don't have a good containment, so I can't answer that at this point.
How many tractors did you say you had out there?
Captain Quinoville with the Florida Highway Patrol. Would just like to echo what's already been said here. We're here to support our fellow agencies, law enforcement and fire. Please do honor the evacuation order. This is a serious situation, and there is the potential for, injury from that. So please do honor what's been in place. And if you do have information on this, do come forward, because this puts everyone's property and personal health and life at risk. We do not have any road closures currently along State Road 60 or 630 in the area. We are just simply preventing ingress into this area for the obvious reasons of fighting and containing this fire.
Good evening, folks. Thank you all for coming out to inform the community of this critical emergency we have. Our hearts break because we see homes surrounded by fire that's raging 100, 150 feet in the air. I flew it in the air and I saw it on the ground, and it is a horrific event. Our partners are doing the firefighting. State investigators are doing the investigation. We're here for one reason, and that's to look out for and secure the property of those who have left, and to encourage those that are in the fire's way to leave. If you wait until the fire is on your house to leave, it can be a very bad day for you. For those in the community, don't try to come here and look. We don't need you here. We don't want you here. And the last thing you want to do is arrive in your car and leave in our car. So please stay away while the firefighters do their job. We're here totally for a support role and to ensure that the people's property is safe while they are away. Okay, thank you very much.
Sheriff Joe, what do you want to say to people who are setting these fires?
We're investigating, when I speak we, the state firefighters are working the fire. They have state arson investigators that are investigating these suspicious fires. But at the end of the day, we're here in a support role for not only the firefighters that are on the ground tonight, but we're also here to support any state resources that they may need in the investigation. It is their investigation at this point. We're not investigating the fire, but we will support and are supporting anything they need from us.
Sheriff, if it's determined that this is arson, it's going to be a bad day for someone in Polk County.
You know, the fact that anyone would put lives and property at risk through a fire is a horrible event. But I can assure you of this. There will be a complete and thorough investigation by the state. We will support them. And if someone is setting these fires, we will find out who they are, and we will put them in jail. That's a promise.
Sheriff, do you think there is a fire boat running loose somewhere in Indian Lake Estates?
We'll have all the details once the investigation is complete. As you know, fire investigations are a makeup of science and circumstance and witnesses. So if you think you've seen anything suspicious in the area, or if you know someone who's been talking about this, you can call the arson hotline, or you can call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-226-TIPS, and just think about this. If you know someone who you believe is creating this fire, we're going to pay you a lot of money just for a tip. You don't have to get involved.
Just give us a tip. We'll pass it on to our colleagues with state investigations, and as a result, you'll have money, the community will be safe, and if there's an arsonist among this event, he or she will go to jail.
You
Guaranteed.
Speak directly to the arsonist if there is someone who's purposefully setting these fires and putting these homes in danger. What would you say to that individual?
You know, this has been treated as a suspicious fire. And there has been a series of suspicious fires during the last 2 or 3 weeks. I can tell the arsonist, you see this fire, it's hot. We're going to be a lot hotter on you until we get you in jail. Don't sleep. Don't relax. Because we are on you, and it'll be hotter than this fire until you're locked up in jail.
Can we talk about the homes or the structures that have been damaged? Can we get a sense of how many of those structures, how many are houses, how many are other buildings?
Much too early for that.
Has anyone been hospitalized?
There was a gentleman right over here that fell out just a minute ago. We don't know his condition other than he's leaving in that ambulance.
What do you mean fell out?
That's what I mean. He just
Passed out?
just like that.
Okay,
Fell out. Do I look like a doctor? I'm a cop. I'm not a firefighter. I'm not an arson investigator.
Do we know how many firefighters are on scene?
A lot.
Can you clarify a more specific number?
Less than 10,000.
More than
12.
how many agencies?
We'll let you know.
Okay.
We're busy fighting a fire right now. But I can tell you this, our city partners, our state partners, our county partners, I've watched them work. They're awesome, and they're all over it. They're doing a great job, and they've protected a lot of homes so far tonight.
Do you have reason to believe anybody's riding this out in a home right now? Do you have any reason to believe that?
There are people in the neighborhood that have refused to leave. We've asked them to leave. That's their decision whether or not they leave. We personally talked to some folks that were frantically loading personal property onto a truck and a trailer to salvage what they could, and you could see the fire roaring in the background in the vicinity of their home. It's a horrific event here tonight. And I can tell you this, I am very proud of the work that I've seen by the state and the county and the city firefighters. They are risking their life tonight to protect the people of this community, and they'll continue to do that.
What do you tell people living in their homes or who have been evacuated who are nervous that somebody might try to go in there and take their belongings? That's always something people are nervous about.
Certainly that they're concerned, and we don't blame them for that. We are patrolling the area. We are stopping people and asking them, are you here? Do you belong here? Do you live here? Certainly if we see someone coming and going from a residence, as we have in the last few minutes, we check and make sure that that's their residence. We'll do everything we can to keep their properties safe while they're not here. Now, having said that, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of acres in this perimeter. But I can tell you this, we're vigilantly watching and doing everything that we can to keep their property safe until they can come back. We'll be here all night. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here as long as county and state fire officials need us here, because we're here to help them.
Will there be another update tonight?
That's up to the fire PIO. Thank you all very much for being here.
Can I ask one
You,
question?
bye. You can ask anything.
Any of the firefighters?
I'm leaving.
See you. Any of the firefighters explained just about, you said the head of the fire has been knocked down. If you could just step up and explain about, as the crow flies, about how far that is from here, and just expand a little bit on what you mean by that.
Yeah, so the head of the fire is the forward moving direction of the fire. So at the front of the fire, the wind's behind it, it's going to move forward. That's going to be the head. So that's the most dangerous part of the fire.
And how far is that from here?
Approximately a quarter mile.
Quarter mile.
any roads it's affecting?
You mean impacting roads that the public would be on? No, no road closures at this time.
How many acres again was it?
600 acres.
Can you go over the
Resources?
apparatus that you
Yeah.
have?
Yeah, now this is just Florida Forest Service. There's a number of apparatus with the local fire departments and county fire departments as well. But those numbers I don't have, but I do have the numbers for the Florida Forest Service. Florida Forest Service has 13 dozers, so tractor plow dozers. That's the big machines with tracks that move the dirt. We have 7 brush trucks, and they're working in tandem with county and the municipalities' brush trucks and engines. We have 29 of our personnel, Florida Forest Service personnel, and that does not include, again, the fire departments that we're working with.
I saw Hillsborough County here. Are there any other regional aid assistance that you're getting from East Coast, Osceola, Orange County, that kind of thing?
I don't have a good answer for that. The PIO, who's not standing here, may have a good answer for that, but yeah, I don't.
Jim or Joe, do you guys know?
We do have a tender here from Hillsborough County, and we have, in addition to Polk County Fire Rescue, we have almost all the municipalities in Polk County that have fire departments have at least one unit here. So there's a substantial amount of assets here from Polk County. We appreciate the assistance from Hillsborough County, and we're with those assets and the dedication of our men and women that are fighting this fire, we're making progress.
Thank you. Take care. See you all later.
Sure. Fallout is there.